Hello, my name is Amy Sturkey. I am a pediatric physical therapist, and I'm here with Mark Masters. And I have questions about handicapped accessible vehicles, and so we're doing a series on them. And this time, I want to know about how you tie down a wheelchair into a van. So there are two main ways of doing that. Can you talk to me about this one over here?
Correct. So these are base locks. This is Easy Lock. This is Q-Straight, two different companies, same principle.
And you called it a base restraint?
Base lock.
A base lock.
Base lock.
So how's it work? You have something that's on the bottom of your wheelchair?
Correct. So once we know the make and model of the chair, we order a bracket.
It looks similar to that.
Similar to this here. It gets attached to the bottom of the chair. So basically we get the client's chair in here, get that bracket put on here. And then we would have them come back in to get a good fitting where they want it, whether it's the front passenger they're always going to ride, or if they're going to ride in the midship position.
So this is what gets put in, that piece is what goes in the base of the wheelchair, and the base of the van.
Correct, that goes in the base of the van, and then when the bracket's on the bottom of the chair, basically it just comes in here kind of like an old school fence latch where the bar goes in here, locks it. They're locked in place. You can still turn left and right. You just can't go forward or backwards without releasing it.
And they put that on the bottom of manual or power wheelchairs?
They do. Typically power chairs, but they can put them if it's depending on what type of chair it is.
I've definitely seen clients with manual wheelchairs, and the negative for this style is once you put that on the bottom of a manual wheelchair, if that wheelchair had any folding capacity, it no longer folds.
Correct.
But this is what most families want because it's a lot easier than the other option.
Yeah, they usually end up with this. A lot of people start off with retractables that we'll look at in a minute, but that's manually connecting 4 times every time you get in, unhooking them every time you get out.
So in this one, you just roll the wheelchair up in, and you have to make sure that little stick thing bolt lines up to this hole. But as long as you line up your wheelchair, go in, and it's locked.
It locks.
And you're done.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about the other option then.
All right, the retractables.
Here, I'll switch sides with you.
All right. The retractables, this is the same J-track that's on the bottom of all the vans. And there's several different strips depending on where you want the client to ride. Similar to a seatbelt. Comes out with, usually indicators on most chairs where these would get attached to.
So in wheelchairs, there's 4 different places that this hook can hook up to.
Correct.
Front, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and it hooks up in those specific spots or at a welding point, you said.
Correct.
And then you pull it out, attach it.
And then it's like a seatbelt, kind of self-tensioning as it goes back, and then it won't come forward anymore. Some of them self-tension by themselves, kind of give the chair a little shake to get the last couple little notches of tightness in there. And then some have a crank on the side, or maybe just one of them up front that's easy to reach. You just turn it to really secure it and lock them down.
So in this one, what I've seen the parents do is they roll their child up into the wheelchair, into the van.
Right.
And then they have to go in the back of the van and hook that up to the wheelchair here and tighten it up and then hook it up. And I remember them having to hand crank it, but sounds like now.
Those come with the van. So they've gotten a little bit easier, but still, yeah, this is North Carolina in the middle of summer. Last thing you want to do is be on the floor connecting these. So a lot of people start off with these. 3 months later,
they come back and
we get that base lock put in our van.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like they're just different hookup styles.
There's different styles and colors, and
but they're all basically the same. And you end up having to have 4 of these in the base of your van.
Correct.
With those hooked up.
Yes, and there's several different positions depending on where you want them to ride.
It seems to me that would make it, if you have 4 of those loaded in the floor, that then trying to roll your wheelchair up in there, navigating around these 4 points that are there too, also makes it tricky.
Absolutely. You got speed bumps in there now too. So.
That's speed bumps. There you go. All right. Those are the main 2 ways?
Yep.
All right. That's really helpful. Thank
Perfect.
you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
If you liked this video and would like to be notified by email when the next video comes out, click the subscribe button here and click the golden bell icon and ensure notifications are enabled on your account.